Trey Renson. This is my friend
Joseph Coatney.
And this is the flagship show of Rennie and Doc. You know, it's a flag, and we got a ship. We're flagging and shipping. We're on the sail of the 7 seas of the world, and we're doing our business. We're not pirates, but we do sail the 7 seas.
That's
Are there
true.
7 seas?
There's 7 of them.
I think so.
Yeah,
and
it's all one body of water.
That's true. Why did they separate them out?
They separate them by continents.
Okay, but how could you do that? Because it's one sea.
It's all made up.
I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that, but I agree with you. Wow, I've never really thought of that. They divide seas just like land.
Because in the United States, we got the Pacific and the
Atlantic.
Yeah, but it's literally the same
It
body
doesn't
of water.
stop.
Yeah.
If anything can't stop, it's water. Like it's
That's
literally
true. Yeah.
stuck next to each other. So it's an arbitrary discernment or.
That's what we do here. We break down science.
That's
and,
what we do. Nobody thinks about these things, but we bring it to the forefront and we offer it to the world. All right, so I'm somewhat tired today.
I am as well.
You just took a nap.
I was 4 hours late.
I don't know why you take naps. I hate naps. It makes me feel 1,000 times worse.
It does me as well.
It doesn't alleviate any tiredness.
It doesn't.
So what's the point of the nap?
The point of the nap today was just that I couldn't avoid it. I was I have a job where I have to close, which I get off at 10:15.
Right.
I do that 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And then I have to be back at work at 7:45 a.m.
Right.
And
that's rough.
As a nearly 40-year-old...
Fierdy?
As a nearly...
you know you're spine.
As a nearly 40-year-old man. As a nearly 40-year-old man that kicks my butt.
Yes, I could.
So I was up at 6:30 because I'm nearly 40 and I can't sleep in. And then I mill about and then I go, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I'll lay back down. And then I sleep and now I feel like crap. I feel worse than if I hadn't laid down.
That's interesting to me because no matter... I'm touching your feet because you're footsie in here.
Get out of my face.
I think that maybe people can be different because I can't just accidentally take a nap. I have to go, I'm so tired that I will lay down.
No, I did that.
Right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, I hate naps, as I previously stated.
I do too.
So I literally don't do... I think I take 2 naps a year.
Yeah.
I think that's true. That's not hyperbole. Because it feels like...
It's always worse.
Yeah.
You in the moment right before the nap, when you're making that crucial decision...
Oh, you want the nap.
You think, I'll just take a little nap.
Yeah.
And I'll rest a little
great.
bit, and I'll be great.
Yeah.
And you, in the back of your brain, you know that's not true.
Yeah.
And then you wake up, you go, yeah.
It's how the brain tells you a lie to yourself.
Yes.
It's like, this is going to be very nice.
Hey, you should lay down
and you know what?
Sleep. Just sleep a little
You're
while.
dumb because you believe it every time. And we go, okay, brain, I think you're right.
Which is funny because I think back to my 20s, my teens. I was probably running on 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep all through my teens and 20s.
I could see that.
I would stay up until I would hear the birds outside.
Really?
And then I'd go, I'll take a little nap before I have to go to school. And
I never could do that. I'm surprised. Well, you didn't go to school. What do you mean?
I went
school?
to tech.
You got up and you go, hey, homeschool, here I am.
I did have a...
You did go to... Yeah, you went to tech. What was it? 10th, 9th grade? When did we meet? What year did we meet? We met in Votech.
2000 and...
Would have been
1 or 2. Wait, when did the
1 or 2,
towers? When did the towers fall?
01.
So we met in 2002.
I don't know how you remember that.
Because I remember because I went to tech for 3 years.
We didn't commiserate about that, did we?
No, we didn't. But I went to tech for 3 years. I only got to go for 3 because Brummel's class was a 2-year class.
Well, you went a year before me, I think. Yeah.
And when I was in my first class, I got to school and saw on a TV monitor that a plane had hit the towers.
Yeah, it would be September
and I went,
of 1.
What a stupid pilot. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then the second one hit, and I was like, whoa!
Oh boy! No, I thought the same thing. I was in it would have been ninth grade. I was in keyboard class, which is just typing class. And I remember my teacher being somewhat very attractive. I don't know why I remember that, but I did. That same class, I remember feeling dumb because I had to go take a giant dookie. Mm-hmm. And after I took my giant dookie, I asked to go to the bathroom, and she said, fine. I came back, and she said, everything okay? And I thought, oh, no. Okay, what are you going to say, woman?
I've gone too long.
But I don't like a time limit on my dookies, but that's fine.
You can't rush things.
That's how I remember 9/11. The timing of my dookies, and she said, everything okay?
Yeah.
So that's how I remember it. But yeah, it was a rough time. I remember going to my second class because they had the TV on all the screens in class, and by the time I went to my second class, I think the second plane had hit, and I thought something fishy going on in the state of Denmark here. So, yeah,
it was New York, but
well. Anyways, I don't want to get lost in a 9/11 thing, but it was maybe a conspiracy, but I don't know. I wanted to bring this up because I'm almost positive you've seen this.
Okay.
And I've seen this before, and I had forgotten about it until a couple days ago. But I would like the world to go through this thing.
Okay.
And I have two videos that I had thought about before, and I'm not doing what do they call this thing, the horny goat weed. Whatever. So I want the world to see this because I don't think they know about it like we know.
This is a classic right here.
So let's watch Orson Welles do
my spirit animal right here.
A commercial for wine?
No, Orson
champagne.
Welles. Orson Welles is my spirit animal.
Do anything?
No. Joey's.
Yeah, rolling. 102, take 2.
The man has had a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
Champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle and like the best French champagne.
Take your time, Orson.
So Paul Masson.
You should imagine being these two people.
102, take 3.
Take 3.
Champagne is always been celebrated for its excellence.
My brother drew me a picture of him going, the French.
Inspired
I don't like to drink too.
I'll show up. I'll wing it when I get there. It's fine.
Champagne is vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
Cut. It's just he's just so he's so intoxicated. Shut up, you son of a mother scratching balls, maggots, whatever. I'm saying a lot of words. It's just so drunkenness is funny to watch, especially if it's not violent. If it's violent, it's not good. But that whole I go and sell the champagne, and the couple is like, oh crap, what do we say?
There's
what do we do?
There's
here?
like 3 layers of acting going on with those other 2 people.
Oh, that's true.
Because they've got to do their little thing, and they got to hit the marks when he starts talking.
Yep.
Oh, that's when you pour. But he's doing all this stuff, and they're trying to act like he's not doing that. So
this is a 15-20 second campaign of a champagne commercial. They can't get that was 1.5 minutes.
We got Orson Welles. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It's gonna be 30 seconds of shooting. Nope, a whole day.
I think that most people have not seen that. I hope they have, because
I hope so,
obviously it's been circulating the internet, which is why we know about it. But boy, that drunk people are funny.
I love Orson Welles. That's the peak of the pyramid for me.
Well, how about this? Drunk people are really funny when they're trying to maintain. When they're trying to they're trying to walk the line. That's when they're most funny.
I had
I'm okay.
I had a woman at my work come in. on the 4th of July, absolutely sloshed. And
That's okay to
she
be
couldn't
that
even figure out what dollars she was pulling out of her wallet to give me at the register. And she kept going, I had my eyes dilated.
There's always a reason.
And then she was just layering on all these excuses, and I was like, okay.
Can't just say you had a few too many.
Yeah. I'm a little drunk.
Yeah, what is the reasoning behind that?
I don't know.
Because if I have too many, I go, hey, I've had too many. But if I'm sitting there making excuses like, oh, I had to take a pain medication for my knee and it really messes me up. Nobody believes that.
That's true.
Like, who are you trying to convince here? What are you trying to prove? That's an interesting thing. But that's funny because it's literally being filmed. Most of us are not being filmed.
That's true.
And
that's documented for history.
I sadly to say, as much stuff as he's done, Rosebud, Citizen Kane, stuff like that, he's probably going to be remembered mostly for the gaps.
The French.
The French
champagne.
I wonder if he had dipped into that champagne itself, which would be ironic.
Ooh.
Or did he... was it something else? But
there should be a 3-hour documentary about that.
Yeah, I like in my brain to think that he drank that specific alcohol
on the set,
right on the set, but that's anyways. Another thing that I wanted to maybe look into that I didn't think that maybe other people would know about, and I specifically picked the censored version of this because it's ladled with bad language or what do they call those? The French. We don't like to be French. I don't know how they got labeled as bad, but we don't like to speak our French. But I think now let me preface it this way. I've showed this to my family. I've showed this to women. They don't understand it, which bothers me because they don't see the comedy in this, but I want to play this just a few minutes of the Winnebago Man.
The Winnebago Concepts and Engineering Departments have developed a multifunctional bathroom. Privacy, I don't know what the I'm reading. I wonder what the real dialogue is.
I wonder what it is.
This thing. All of the windshield for what did I say? That didn't sound for did it? And here, under the hood, we stored something that'll really come in handy if it doesn't fall out and break my leg.
No.
What we're doing is we're building industrial film, trying to give these guys everything they can get. I mean, that's it. I don't even know what I'm saying.
The bleeps.
We suppose we open...
The frustration.
Gotta do it again, right now.
It just can't.
I just imagine it's so hot.
It is. I think he says it's hot later on. There's no dialogue. Just bleeps.
Will you do me a kindness?
Will you do me a kindness, Joe?
I think I'm only walking in and out.
I was saying that for years.
It makes a difference to me at this juncture. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Tony. Don't slam the door.
Will you do me a kindness?
No more.
Oh.
This is where it gets serious, see?
Yeah.
He's thinking, he's wondering.
Listen, I've got to give a clue here now. I don't want any more bull anytime during the day from anyone. That includes me. It's going to be very hot. It's going to be very uncomfortable for everybody. Anybody yelling. We get anybody yelling.
Anybody yelling. He's the only one yelling. He's the only one on camera.
And they fit the diverse needs of a very big fern, and they fit the needs of a very diverse
Fern.
buyer.
Joe's the fern in the dock.
Why can't I remember it?
I forgot that's what this is from. We've been saying that for so many years. The Fern in the dock.
Line. Line is the word rear. I can't even read the VO straight. What the was that? We got flies all over the place.
5 or 6 flies, you know.
Get out of here, you flies.
I was quoting this at work the other day, and nobody knew. It was an inside joke to myself. I said we got I got 5, 6 flies.
3 flies, 5
If
flies.
you will, make sure
Good Lord.
we don't have a fly on the left
It's
side
funny
of
because
the
it's shot on
'cause that we don't
tape.
have any
You can't see any flies.
we don't have any flies.
Woo!
Here we go.
All right, we gotta stop. At some point, we gotta stop it.
We. This is so deep into you and our
So
culture.
funny. Yeah.
That
my
we
eyes
both
are watering.
You sent me a link to a documentary about this.
Oh, that's right.
Years
Yeah.
ago, and I watched that.
Yeah, that was a good doc.
It was 5, 6 flies.
It's so there's so many facets of comedy in that video. First of all, okay, so one of the things that sticks out to me, first of all, and I think you agree with this, is the sheer frustration of the man.
Yes.
Because everybody has felt that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, and you squeeze your fist and what am I doing here? Like you can't something you want to make work and you
And it's
can't
not.
do it.
Yeah.
And it keeps failing. That's what we're watching in real time.
Yeah.
With a lot of expletives.
Do you think that that's why women, and by your experience, don't get the comp? Because my wife doesn't think this is funny either.
Oh.
Because guys, if you're worth your salt or anything at
I
all,
like that phrase, worth the salt, yeah.
that you've been there, and you're trying to get a nut loose, and it won't go.
Yeah. you throw your hands or you got what am I
'Cause
doing here?
I told you I was working on my garage door. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
But
right.
I had a crowbar.
Yeah.
I chucked that crowbar down my driveway. I just
I can
threw it.
envision it.
That's where this guy is at.
I could see that. To your point, I think that men could be. I think that men are more mechanically centered. Like it's a 1, 2, 3. We
Yeah.
follow the law. We follow the logic. It's all what it is. Like it's very
Yeah.
structured. So maybe it is like when we can't fix that 1 or 2 or the 3 or the 4. Like we.
Especially if we know that we just need to do 1, 2, 3.
Right.
But you get
But you
through
can't get
one,
to it.
You get stuck on 2.
Right.
It's extremely frustrating.
And it's not even mechanical either. Like I
No.
felt the same thing with music. Like I've chucked notebooks. Like what am I doing here? What?
Yeah.
But it is in essence the sheer frustration of trying so hard and not being able to find it. And a lot of people go, "Oh, I don't understand. He's just so mad." And I think maybe it's not just men. It's like finding the humor in the
Yeah.
misery because he's not happy.
No.
He's not thinking this is so funny.
This guy, I think this is a layered comedy because he's very eloquent. He's very
yes.
professional. Mm-hmm. He keeps his composure for the most
Yeah.
part, and yet he's extruding his frustration through
Right.
these layers.
Right. He's not just some hillbilly going, F this bull ass. He said at this juncture.
Yeah.
He's very eloquent, like you said.
I never used that phrase
He's
until
very-
I watched this.
Yeah,
At
he
this
is-
juncture. I've used that extension.
He is very enveloped in the vernacular
Yes.
of high level thought. So that's one thing I really like about him. And you watch the doc. He
Yes.
speaks very, very well.
He does.
Like a radio guy. Like even more like a professor almost.
I'm glad we rewatched this because I had been using the "Will you do me a kindness?"
You
for
didn't know
years,
where it came from.
and it's slowly left my vocabulary, and now I'm reinvigorated. It's coming back.
I like that because I like talking about the flies. We used to talk about the flies a lot. And I've often used the fern and the dock, which we didn't get to in the video.
No, we
but
didn't.
People can watch this.
I had forgotten that's what that was from. There's how much we use it.
And it literally means nothing. He just says, and the fern and the dock. It's just on a whim. It just pops out of his mouth.
He's hot. And
I want people to go watch this uncensored. We watch this censored because
Winnebago
I
Man.
don't want to have to go through and bleep everything because it's very expletive written, but it's so funny. It's one of the funniest things I've watched in the last 10 years, and that's not hyperbole.
No.
It just encapsulates that pain, misery, sadness, anger, and frustration, and it makes it funny.
It does.
And maybe it's that Schadenfreude that we were talking about, like that the misery of others is the
and we've all been there.
yeah.
So it's like, I've done that.
Right. It's taking up the whole damn show. But it is funny. It's worth it because this is a great video.
People need to know.
It's 7 minutes long.
This is way better than Christian Bale's rant.
It is. I
Terminator.
forgot about that. Yeah. I wonder what happened with that guy that
I got to use one of those lines. I don't even remember when.
What was the line?
I hope it was good because it's useless now, isn't it? I don't even remember when I remember I got to use it.
Right.
And nobody knew what it was.
Well, of course they wouldn't. What was his is he a method actor? Like, is he a self-proclaimed?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's probably why he got pissed off at the thing.
Yeah.
I never held that against him.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Well, because what happened was, if you and I were in a scene, right, and they'll film like there'll be a shot of me that may have you in it or may not.
Right.
And then they'll film this way, which will be the reverse.
At the same time.
They were filming the Christian Bale scene, so it was showing his face.
Yeah.
So but what's behind you is not on film. And the lighting guy thought, I'm not in the shot.
Yeah.
So he was messing around with the lights behind the actress that he's talking to. I
Yeah.
could see that being very, very distracting.
I could see that too. But
I hope it was good because it's useless now, isn't it?
at the same time, like, why, if that guy had been working in the business at any length, like you would think that he would go, why don't I wait till they hit cut and then I'll mess with the lights.
Yeah.
And that's really confusing to me. Maybe, but yeah, I don't hold it against him. I don't know. Do you want to do one video?
We can do one video.
All right, we've basically been reacting
to Winnebago Man.
Winnebago Man.
I wonder what this episode's going to be called.
I wonder if it's going to be called, but Winnebago. Yeah, I like naming the episodes. It's kind of fun.
I appreciate that you do that.
All right, let's watch one video and we'll laugh at it together as a whole. Oh, shiza! Hey! All right. Prosthesis is called anti-robot because it has no automation. It's 100% controlled by a person inside via the exoskeleton interface. This is why a mech. Oh, I see why. I sent this.
That's crazy.
That reminds me of old video games that I used to play, like when you shoot rockets. This mech thing.
Now I need one.
Did you ever watch that movie? Pacific Rim.
No.
With the large robots.
No.
But it harkens back that idea because it's a large, like, skyscraper-esque robot that a person controls. Mm-hmm. But it harkens back to I don't know if it even makes sense, but it to me it reminds me of old Godzilla films.
Yeah.
And it may be just like that. What was that robot character that fought Godzilla? I'm going to put it here. I don't remember it. He's like a robo guy, and he fought, and he had a little guy with him. Oh, son of a mother.
The dude with the fork on his head?
Did he have a fork?
Am I making stuff up in my brain?
I don't remember. Well, nevertheless, I'll put it in the show.
Okay.
I'm positive that it exists. That's why I'm going to put it there. But it reminds me of that because, it's the Japanese-esque film. And supposedly they, I was a big Godzilla versus fan. My granddaddy had VHSs of all, like the first time I saw King Kong versus Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla versus Rodan, and what was the three-headed whatever it is. I watched all those. They had all those.
I can't think of it. Mothra is my favorite.
Mothra's that was a big one. Mecha Godzilla,
Yeah.
all those things, all before it even got popular now.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. And
I
it's
do
so
too.
it's so dumb though. Like
It really
even
is.
then it wasn't like serious.
It wasn't even. It's not just that it was shot with dudes in suits.
Yeah.
Like their set was probably like 20 feet.
We both watched. Now I don't know if this is actually the way it was, but Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, yeah.
the movie. We saw him run through that scene.
Yeah.
I
probably
assume
accurate.
that's exactly how it was shot. But I love all that stuff, and I love the mech thing. And I'm waiting for. I've been talking to you about freaking jetpacks for I don't know how many years because they had prototypes for that, and it bugs me that we don't have one of those. Anyways, we've gone long enough. Thank you for watching this show. This is a good show, and most of
best.
you won't watch this part, and you're missing out because we're very beautiful people. And but thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the next episode of Ready and Doc.
There's a saying that people say quite often that gets on my nerves.
Okay.
Called, you find it in the last place you looked.
Right.
Because why would you keep looking
Right.
once you found it? So it literally, every time you're looking for anything,
Yeah.
will be the last place you looked where you find it.
Yeah, because you wouldn't find the ball of clay that you were looking for and then go, I'm going to keep looking.
I've got a customer at my store
Yeah.
that every time I interact with him, he tells me this story about how he used to have $175,000 in his bank account.
Rich man.
Somebody hacked his account and stole it.
Oh, victim.
And the bank said he pulled it out and he can't get his money back. And he tells me this story
It's very elaborate.
multiple times a month.
Yeah.
Just, what are you doing?
Well, it sounds like bullcrap to me.
does to me too.
But because how would the bank not know that you did or did not do a thing? And
I
there's
just
records
think-
of that.
I think he's just a normal guy at a normal income level
Yeah.
that has dreams of having a lot of money.
He's a grandular boy.
Yeah.
Like he's grand
Yeah. I
things.
could have had it.
I've noticed this multiple times throughout my career of a retail boy. I'll be looking at toys that we sell, and it'll have a vehicle, like a car or a boat or some sort of airplane or something like that, and it's decked out in Superman gear. Like, it's Superman's car. It's Superman's airplane. It's Superman's boat. And I wonder myself, because everybody knows this, that Superman flies, right?
very fast.
So why does Superman need a boat? Why does can he not get across the water by himself? He has to have a machine to take him and ferry him.
He can't swim, maybe.
He can fly, but he can't swim.
That's right.
Remember it. I was looking on a shelf the other day, and I hate this when this happens. When they make food taste like other food.
Yeah.
So I saw on the shelf donuts that tasted like birthday cake. Now, hold on a second. They're the same thing. Am I wrong?
No, you're
it's
not.
cake and donuts. What's the difference in those two things? Like this is wheat and eggs and flour and milk. This is also the same thing. But now this birthday cake tastes like this donut. Hey,
was it birthday cake? It wasn't just cake. It was birthday cake.
No, it's birthday cake.
Yeah. It always is.
Isn't it?